Meet the Oscal PV800 Pro, a quad-core smart projector running on Android 11, with access to thousands of your favourite streaming apps all in one place. It features AI voice control, so just say what you want and let the projector find it for you. It supports screen sizes of up to 200 inches and has full automatic picture adjustments, so you can get the perfect picture every time. Let's now dive in and see what this machine is capable of. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Oscal are relatively new to the smart projector space. However, they are well known for making rugged phones, tablets, power stations, solar panels, projectors and wearable technology. So when it comes to cool tech, Oscal certainly know what they are doing in the gadget world. Here are just of the many products that they sell on their website. So let's get this product unboxed and see what's included. Now, I really like to see this when manufacturers seal the box with a special security seal. This way you'll always know that you're receiving a brand new product and not somebody else's return. As you can see, when I've peeled the sticker, it clearly says void, which is great. I can't tell you how many times I've received used machines in the past, so this is definitely great to see. Right out of the box, this projector feels solid and well built. It's got a reassuring weight to it and definitely doesn't feel cheap, which is a great first impression. On the front, the entire surface is covered in a fabric style material. I actually really like this design choice, as it's much less prone to fingerprints and those tiny swirls you often see in glossy plastic. Behind the lens cap, there's some supporting material to prevent the lens rattling about, which certainly helps protect the focus motor during shipping. This small attention to detail goes a long way in my books. On the right is the air intake vent, where cool air is drawn into the machine to keep it cool. At the back we have the power input, one IR receiver, one HDMI port, one headphone jack and one USB port. On the left side of the machine is the heatsink. This is where the projector expels all the heat from the machine. And behind this little grille is the speaker. On the top of the machine we have a shiny Oscal logo with a power button at the top. And on the bottom of the machine, as you can see, there is no middle 1/4 inch tripod thread. However, you can still mount this projector onto a ceiling, and the mounting holes are located under the 4 rubber feet, as you can see here. Also located at the bottom is a pull-out dust filter. It is recommended to clean this dust filter every few months to prevent it from overheating, which prolongs the lifespan of the projector. There's also a threaded bolt located underneath right at the front of the machine. This is where you adjust the height of the projected image. Let's take a look at what you get inside the accessories box. You get one power cable, one remote control, a user manual and one HDMI cable with built-in ferrite cores, which help stop electromagnetic interference. And in the user manual, these are the focus and distances that the manufacturer recommends, so I hope this information is helpful. On the remote, these are all the buttons. We have a power button, input source, keystone, voice control, projector settings, directional keys, back, home, Android TV settings, volume keys, mute, menu, manual focus, and individual YouTube, Netflix, Prime and Disney buttons. So let's get this projector set up and test the fan noise. As you can see, right next to the exhaust vent, we are getting readings of 57 decibels, so the fan will definitely be noticeable in smaller rooms. If we move away a few feet, this drops to around 37. So let's turn this projector on for the very first time and see how easy it is to set up. Now it's asking me to hold down the back button and the home button at the same time to pair the remote control, and there we go. I'm just going to speed through this setup as quick as I can, but to make it easier you can scan a QR code which will connect this projector to your Google Home devices. I'm sure this is a much quicker and easier setup, but I don't want to add this device, so I'm going to do it the hard way. Now this projector supports 2.4 and 5 GHz networks, so let's connect it to the 5 GHz frequency. There we go, we had no issues connecting to the 5 GHz frequency, which is great to see. Now it's asking me to sign in to my Google account, but because I skipped the signing in process using my mobile phone earlier, you may not have to sign in manually with the remote control like I'm doing now. So now we're fully signed in, I'll quickly show you some of the projector's settings within the user interface. So this is the Wi-Fi section, so we turn it on, and as you can see this projector does have very good Wi-Fi, picking up all these wireless networks. In the Bluetooth section, this is where you add a Bluetooth soundbar or a set of Bluetooth headphones. Then in the input source section, the options are Home, HDMI and Google TV. On the home screen, if you have a USB device connected, such as an external hard drive or USB memory stick, this is where you can view the files, play movies, listen to music and view your photos. We also have a HDMI plug and play option where the projector senses the HDMI signal and it switches to it on its own. In the picture section, there are lots of correction options such as auto keystone, manual keystone, zoom the screen, screen reset. We can also have the projector to auto keystone upon boot. There's also an auto screen fit option where the projector will automatically correct the entire image and fit it to your screen. And to zoom the screen, it says you will need to turn off obstacle avoidance and screen fit before proceeding. In the zoom setting, this is where we can reduce the image size by 40%, and as you can see, the zoom is working in 5% increments. You can also finely tune the keystone yourself using the manual keystone adjustment. In the video section, there's 5 different picture presets, such as standard, music, game, office and user. On this particular model, there are no vivid setting, as you can see. In the audio section, there's 6 options to choose from, such as standard, news, music, movie, sports and user. In the projection options, if you have this projector mounted onto the ceiling, you would need to change these projection settings accordingly to correct the image being displayed. In the system section, this is where we do system updates. In the general option, this is where we can change the language. Select if the projector boots as soon as you plug it in, or if it enters standby. We can select sleep timers of up to 240 minutes, set a screen timer of up to 10 minutes, and we can also turn HDMI ARC on or off. To sign into Netflix, the process couldn't be simpler. Just scan the QR code on the screen being displayed with your mobile phone, confirm it's the correct code, and it will sign you straight in. It really is as easy as that. Now, due to copyright restrictions, I can't show you anything playing from Netflix, but the application ran reasonably smooth in my testing, and I had no audio or video dropouts while watching content with this built-in application. It's also the same process for Prime Video. Scan the QR code, confirm it's the correct code, and we're done. This is also the same for YouTube. Prime Video also ran smooth, with no audio or video dropouts whilst I was watching a movie. Audio over Bluetooth was actually phenomenal on this projector, with the sound staying in sync at all times. What's the weather like in London?
Currently in London, it's 40 degrees with light rain. Today, it'll be rainy, with a forecasted high of 41 and a low of 37.
Tell me a funny joke.
Why did the man name his dogs Rolex and Timex? Because they were watchdogs.
Open YouTube.
Opening YouTube for Android TV.
Best films on Prime. To screencast from your phone straight to the projector, you'll need to be in the home setting. Go over to the Mirrorcast option. On your mobile phone, drag from the top of the screen. You will see either the Smart View option or Screencast on other devices. Select that and you will see the Oscal in the list of devices. Select that and you should connect straight to the projector. And whilst using the Screencast feature, I also had no issues with audio dropping out or the video stuttering. Now I thought you'd like to see some of the projector's specifications, so I downloaded the AIDA64 application so you can see what this projector is running on internally, and as you can see it's supporting 1GB of RAM with just over 4GB of storage, and we're running on a quad-core processor. Now, because the RAM and storage is quite low, it's best not to fill this machine up with too many applications, otherwise you will slow it down considerably. Let's now check the storage within the Android TV settings, and it reports the total amount is 4.6GB. So let's talk about the image quality. The Oscal PV800 Pro delivers excellent image quality overall. Colour reproduction is strong, with rich, vibrant and punchy tones that remain well saturated without appearing oversaturated, and contrast levels were also very good indeed. So moving on to the black level performance, even though the contrast levels are very good indeed, I even think there's more room for improvement, because one thing worth noting is that there are no HDR presets available on this machine, and because of that I do think image quality has the potential to be even better with proper HDR options, particularly when it comes to pushing deeper blacks and brighter whites for added dynamic range. That said, Even without HDR support, the image quality here is still fantastic. Colours remain rich and vibrant, contrast is very good, and the overall clarity is excellent. And I'm confident most users are going to be impressed by what this projector delivers. So let's see if this projector can handle any gaming. I'll quickly go into the Xbox settings so you can see what's supported whilst playing the Xbox. And as you can see, they are all crossed out with no HDR10 support. I know some of you like to see these options before buying, so I hope that helps. So whilst driving and moving the car side to side, I do feel some delay here is definitely not as responsive as I'd like. Don't get me wrong, the game is still perfectly playable, but I do sense quite a bit of lag when driving. And for Call of Duty, even though I got a few kills whilst gaming, this game was practically unbearable when it comes to input lag, so I definitely don't recommend playing first person shooters on this machine. Now, when playing retro games, this was actually enjoyable playing on the big screen, and because it's not competitive gaming, the input lag really doesn't matter as much, but to some it might, and even when playing Crash Bandicoot, the input lag still did feel high. So let's officially see how high the input lag is on this machine, which is coming in at around 131 milliseconds, but this is with image correction enabled. We'll try it now with no image correction, and as you can see we shave off around 8 or 9 seconds. Screen uniformity was also very good on this machine, with no major dark patches in the corners. Now this projector is rated for 1400 ANSI lumens. I'm not sure what method manufacturers use to get to these numbers that they do, but in my testing I measured brightness using a calibrated light meter and at a 3 meter projection distance, averaging multiple points across the image for a more realistic result, and under these conditions I measured around 528 ANSI lumens. I also did the same test in each picture mode. Now for this test, I'm going to turn the light on and off so you can see how having the light on affects the contrast and overall image quality by having a light on. Now, I found the sharpness to be very good on this machine, especially when you fine tune it manually. Although it still produces a sharp image by itself when the projector autofocuses, I did find you can still get a little sharper image by manually doing it yourself. If you give the focus button a quick tap once or twice, you can usually get a sharper image by doing it yourself. So there are a few improvements that I would like to see in a future software update, and the autofocus is one of them. It doesn't now focus every time. I'll quickly show you what I meant earlier by giving the remote a quick tap to make the image sharper. I did email Oscal and I notified them about a few of my findings whilst testing the product, and they said they are looking at releasing a future update to address some of my findings. I always like to give a company my honest feedback so they can improve the product in the future and keep evolving and releasing better tech. Now, in the description it does state that this projector is 4K supported. However, I couldn't get it to receive a 4K signal, so I'll just show you this now on my Fire Stick 4K Max. And as you can see, there are no 4K options. Whilst I was testing the product, I took a few notes, and these are some of the improvements I think can be made in a future update. And for full clarification, Oscal did send me this projector for this review, but they are not sponsoring the video or paying me to say good things about their product. This is a 100% honest review and my own thoughts and opinions, and not a manipulated review. To prove that, here is the exact email that I sent the company. Now, I like to be as honest as I can be in my reviews because there's far too many shills on YouTube that are just in it for the money, and this especially doesn't help buyers when making a purchasing decision. So here are the video presets that I showed you earlier, but with a lot more colour being displayed, so you can see how each preset affects the colours of the image. For this test, I ran the projector continuously for 3 hours, and I monitored its temperature with a thermal gun. It stayed consistently cool at around 30 degrees, which is outstanding performance. The fans do an excellent job at keeping the projector cool during extended use. So to wrap things up, the Oscal PV800 Pro is a seriously impressive piece of kit. Image quality from this projector is excellent, with rich, vibrant colours and outstanding clarity and good contrast that really brings content to life. Cooling performance was also excellent, with the projector maintaining stable operation and consistent performance even during extended use. While the lack of HDR leaves some untapped visual performance, the overall picture quality is still fantastic. Combine that with solid performance and reliability, this product is easy to recommend. So I hope you all found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you all in another video soon. Bye for now.